Small businesses are at their wits' end because they say that their livelihood and business is taking further strain because of land grabs by a community of people who have erected tents illegally and are living on the doorsteps of their business. When we come back, we will talk to a business owner in the area who is directly affected by the illegal tented people. So don't go away, we will be right back. Hi everyone, hope that you are having a good morning Cape Town, good morning South Africa and the rest of the world. My name is Welcome back. If you're just joining us, welcome to the conversation with Brigetti Limbanda. Small businesses in the southern suburbs of Cape Town in South Africa say they are fed up because they are bearing the brunt of a community of people who have erected tents illegally and are living on the doorstep of their businesses. What exactly has led to the situation and what can be done about it? Business owners seem to be fighting a lone battle and they want their voices heard. It seems the unintended consequences of COVID-19 is at the heart of the problem. Today we'll be talking to Elaine Rousseau. She's the owner and director of Food Fanatics and the Homestead venue. She's a business owner in the area who is directly impacted. Elaine has always been in the hospitality industry. She was self-employed at the age of 26. After selling the Bohemian, a well-known Fiddlewoods Restaurant in Observatory, Food Fanatics Catering was established in 1998 in the area. And 22 years later, Food Fanatics is now well established in its homestead venue in Plumstead, Cape Town, South Africa. The homestead is a 1820s heritage building with a thatch roof, beautiful gardens, dining room, bar, complimentary art, good food, wine, and service. Elaine is passionate about providing people with food, wine, and great service. And so let's welcome Elaine to the show. Elaine, welcome.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Glad to have you join us on the show today. Elaine, can you tell us how COVID-19 has impacted your business?
We focusing on catering and functions and events. So the main thing was the event side that absolutely closed down, lock and key. And we also do a lot of international functions and weddings and private parties. These guests too were starting also cancelled all their dates with us, and so we went into the initial lockdown on the end of March, with the hope that things would open up and that there would be an opportunity for us to start trading. Unfortunately, the venue, for as it stands right now, is empty. All the tables and the chairs are locked away. The lights are off, and it is now August, and still yet no functions are coming through the door. There are no inquiries at this stage for this year, and as of today, I actually reimbursed 3 international brides for their weddings, brides from Holland and brides from the UK, who have decided, even though the wedding is in December and in February of 2021, it is still too high risk. And also based on the fact that they have the regulations, the way the government is doing the regulations, is that it's not a given that we will say right by November, you can come in and have a wedding, you can be 40, 50 people, you can drink champagne, you can dance, you can have music, you can have a DJ. So that has been a huge, huge impact.
Wow. Have you been able to quantify, what it's cost you as a business in terms of lost revenue?
In my business, it's probably gonna, because it's cancelled in the middle of March, which is my main season in April. June, July, August are normally quiet-ish months, but to be honest, the homestead in 2020 was starting to really show off her feathers, if I had to put it that way. We really got lots of interest, lots of private people coming there for events, wine tasting evenings, art auctions, and we would probably say that I'm for my small business, I would say that a loss of revenue is going to be in the vicinity of 2.5 million rand.
That is not small change at
Not at
all. But
all.
let's not at all, not at all. Part of the unintended consequences of, for which I don't think anyone has made calculations. I don't think that government's prepared for this. I don't think business is prepared for this. We didn't
Yeah.
have time to prepare.
No, you're right.
So let's dive into the conversation today of what has impacted you directly. Can you describe the area in which you run your business so that people know where this hotspot for land grabs is?
Yeah, yeah. I think the interesting thing about Constantia Main Road businesses, because that's my official address, number 23 Constantia Main Road, the homestead. There is no entrance. I think if one probably goes back into the archives and go and looks down to around 1920, 1930, you probably would find entrances then. But all the businesses in that area and along that strip all have their entrance gates in Bardia Road. Bardia Road is a road with low cost housing, very nice population that live there. These people are comfortably going along their own businesses, trying to keep up and keep their little garden patches neat, etc. So we've got a really good energy going there. Our clients who come from all walks of life, being it from the bride from London to Mr. Jones from Observatory, they have to enter via Bardia Road. So they can bypass Constantia Main Road and turn right into Knutsford and then right into Bardia. It's a bit of a long way around. So the easiest landmark is the Shell Garage. Shell Garage is actually marketed on my website every day. If you go there, it's Shell. And you go to the Shell Garage, you go through around the circle, and you turn left into Bardia Road. And along comes the open field next to the homestead, and that's how you enter the homestead venue. So that is the route to entering a venue which has lush gardens, it's well maintained, has a very, very good prestigious type of clientele, and they have to come down via that route and drive past all the vagrants and all the campsites, which are not in a good condition at all, as we know. It's not that they have dustbins or have any orderliness. And that is the first impression. And it's something which us as small businesses and as how I've been taught in the service industry, first impression is that smile on your dial. It's that welcome. It's the soft candles. It's soft music. It's making you feel good to spend your money. And
Right.
I am in a situation, although now in COVID, I'm fighting to get people to come to me and things are going to develop. I'm very, very concerned that I'm going to have people who will go as far as Shell Garage and make a U-turn.
What do you mean by campsite?
Well,
Describe what you see.
the open field on the corner of Bardia Road and Gabriel Road is, I think there's probably 7 or 8 tents. I've just made the
Wow.
name campsite. And well, I mean, campsite actually, to be honest, is a compliment because if you are an outdoor traveler and a backpacker and an outdoor adventurous, campsites are usually normally very organized and they look nice and they feel warm and cozy. But this is just a bit of mix and match. This is broken down pieces of plastic materials, mattresses, so-called tents, structures pulled against trees, stuck against walls, structures around bushes. That is basically what is happening there at the moment.
Can you give me an idea of the kind of challenges that you as a business face? I mean, if someone came into the area, what are they going to find? What are they going to see? And how does that affect your business directly?
It's not going to complement what they saw on my website. It's going to be like they're in the wrong area. I had a collection on Friday because I have a catering company also inside the venue, which does to keep the wheels turning. We're also doing catering, and we're offering people that they can collect it, or even though the
Right.
delivery is free. And a lovely client came in, and all the lady could say to me is, "This is wonderful. 14 lemon trees. Look how beautiful the lawn looks." But the husband said, "This is a dodgy area," and he looked at me and he lifted his eyebrows, and I couldn't say to him, "You're being out of line here." He was in line to say it's a dodgy area, and I have worked hard to set up established homestead with all its beauty and all its passion and all its culture. And I want to strongly emphasize that I want to green the area of Bardia Road right up to the corner, and so that all of us, all our businesses, can actually flourish from it. If it is coming around the corner to meet and greet for a meeting, and then going to choose fabric, and then filling up your petrol tank and buying a coffee, and then having a meeting at the homestead, those all things link up together to make us a strong community. And we've got enough businesses and charm. There's a lot of charming businesses. Further down the road is one of the one and only German butcheries. Go and chat to them. They are very interesting people. I mean, it's just, these are the things that we can attract people to Plumstead. Right now, we've got a huge handbrake. There's literally a no-go sign there.
And tell me, are these problems that you're encountering, are they kind of, to what extent does it affect you? Is it a daily thing? Do these people have
It's
a blue
daily.
sheet?
Yeah, it's daily. It's
How do
daily
they
from
get water? How do they get
that
food?
that is food is coming from outside. I have stopped various vehicles myself. They've told me that I'm out of sorts to stop them from feeding those who are in need. So the food is definitely coming in. Water, I have tried to research where and what. I have found that I am at the moment busy dealing with pox, 95 at pox. I'm waiting to hear an answer from the tenant, the Italian restaurant owner, because I have physically seen water being handed over there. I'm convinced there's water at the garage, and possibly a neighbor or two, or people dropping off water. I know that further past the homestead on the right is a council building, quite a nice looking building, sort of got a Victorian feel to it, and there's a security guard. Up until 2 weeks ago, they were able to fetch water because I got that information from my caretaker. The taps have now been sealed off, so that is now not happening there. But I do think there's a lot of enabling, and there's a lot of people feeling really sorry.
Can I stop you there? I just want to focus on that.
Yes.
When you say enabling, what exactly do you mean by that?
Enabling means that whoever is assisting the vagrants to become bigger and more developed, are handing out things from camp chairs to a wheelbarrow to a spade, which I saw today, to a sun umbrella, to tenting, to mattresses, to food, to water, to whatever. There's also a collaboration of vehicles that also arrive on the field a lot. I myself cannot say what exactly has been done or dealt with, but it looks like it's quite an amicable communication that's going on between the vehicles and the vagrants leaning into the vehicles. So that is making it absolutely an easy area, and because of the location of Gabriel Road at the corner of Gabriel Hall Shell Garage. How many vehicles pass there through a day? We don't know. It must be hundreds.
It's a highly visible area.
Highly visible is the right word. And there's certain of the vagrants that literally stand with their hands on the hip and watch every car and stare every car down. I drive past a specific vagrant every day, and I am heckled at, I am stared down, and I drive slowly and I stare back because I want to see what is there, because what is there is not how a person who's really been thrown out living, sorry for themselves and trying to be good. This is the complete opposite. This is like we want to build and take over.
So I want to focus on that just for a minute, Elaine. These tented people, are they people that have fell on hard economic times because of COVID? Or are they people who are there to harm people in the vicinity?
Yeah. Look, I can't give you a direct... Yeah, there is a difference. I can't give you a direct answer on that. I feel that these, if it was folk that had fallen in really bad times without anything, no job, no money, no nothing, there might have been some form of, if I could use the word, creativity from themselves to put it out there that they are homeless, and that can they wash your car, or can they do some gardening, or can they keep something neat, and can they pick up the rubbish for you, or can they sweep the side of their road. But this is a complete different situation for me, where I feel that it's definitely not that. Harming people, I can't say at all for myself. I just find that the energy is not great. And also, there's like a sort of actually a feeling that they own the place, in the sense of if they want to walk around in the nude, they will. If they need to use the outside field in front of you to urinate, they will. If they need to paint the walls and do graffiti, they will. And they have no idea of what rubbish is. Rubbish is just lying around. You can see the birds, you can see the guinea fowl. It's trash. It's a trash field as far as I'm concerned.
And what has been the response from law enforcement? Have you tried that route?
Every day. I phone them every day. I think they know me now. I ask them how they are. I chirp them. I tell them they're great people. I tell them exactly what's happening. Today, my report was this specific chap who lives on the corner of Buckingham Road and Gable Road. I don't know his real name, so I don't really just want to put it out there. He's busy making his plot larger. He's got a spade. He now has 3 tents. He now has an umbrella. He now is selling wood. He's now selling compost. That's what I said. He is pegging out that whole piece of land for himself. And if we don't look soon, because it's only him and another person that's staying there, why do they need 4 tents? So I phone every day, and I have every day got I get a reference number, and that's what they say. And then every day they tell me that they've been there, which I think I'm not there watching, but I hear that from the support group that we're on WhatsApp.
Right. And what role has the city of Cape Town played in assisting businesses in the area with the tented people that have moved in?
Zero. Absolutely zero. They're riding the COVID horse. They're hiding under the COVID blanket. And as ratepayers and as business owners and employers, and the amount of money that we all together, I would hate to know the money would we all together put into the city of Cape Town. When the rates go up, we pay. When the bin garbage day goes up, we pay. When we were closed over COVID and we couldn't operate, we paid. I paid. I've got a special water account just for, because I'm a thatch roof in a heritage building. I paid. And so you can go on. We pay. We are committed to run a safe society and a civil society. And that has not been taken in consideration. The only answer we get is, well, the regulation says no one can be told to get off or to leave. So we have to just hang out until this all changes. But what is the plan thereafter? There's no plan.
Are there
This
any
is an easy
specific,
way.
are there
Sorry.
are there any specific bylaws that you are aware of that these tented community is breaking that could make the city of Cape Town do something?
They're breaking hundreds of bylaws. Number one, you cannot just go and camp on an open field that belongs to the council. Number two, you can't make fires. Number three, you can't walk around in the nude. Number four, you can't use it for ablutions. Number five, you're not allowed to get drunk and disorderly and smack people around and shout. Number six, you are not, even with or without the regulations of COVID, not supposed to be walking around the streets at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning shouting and screaming and fighting. Fires, outdoor fires, burning plastic, burning rubbish, destroying the natural environment. Those are all bylaws that we're not allowed to do.
And bringing it closer to home, Elaine, have you reached out to your local councillor, and what has the response been like so far?
Same answer. So same answer is the local councillor is saying just keep taking photographs and keep history and make the phone calls. We can't do anything according to the lockdown of COVID. So there's no plan from the council to say once this is over, this is what's going to happen. This is going to become a green park. This is what we're going to establish. We're going to put in fencing. We're going to put in, like you go to certain parks in the city, there's a sign. It says no motorbikes, no dogs, no camping, no sleeping, no fire. You know, that they can do that for our environment. Why can't they? What is stopping them from why is this field just left to be? You know, I mean, I ask myself that question when I go shopping in Constantia, and every 30 days, the gutters are swept and the bins are cleaned and the trees are trimmed and the hedges look perfect. Just imagine if that field was somewhere near Constantia village. Just imagine, it would not have happened. I firmly believe that there's discrimination in the suburbs, and I mean, she can say what she wants to me, but I've been living here since the year 2000. I purchased this property in Denby Road, and in the year 2015 purchased the the property in Constantia Main Road, the homestead. And I'm passionate about the area. I love this area. I love the people here. We are who we are. We're self-developers. If we could have lived in Constantia, maybe we would have moved there. But we're not in that bracket. But I don't need to have to feel that I am different. I'm still paying the same amount of rates according to my property, etc., etc. Action needs to be made with the suburbs sooner than later.
Are you of the opinion that possibly people from adjacent suburbs are enabling these tent dwellers to stay in the Plumstead
Yes,
area?
absolutely. I stopped a lady the other day who was giving out food, and I asked her where she's from, and she said she's from Turkey. I asked if she's got a home with a garden, and she looked at me and said, yes, I do. And I said, why don't you offer this specific family on the corner of Bardia, of Gabriel and Buckingham, why don't you offer him and his partner and all the equipment to come and live on your garden? And you know what she said to me? It won't suit me. So I said to her, well, this also doesn't suit us.
Wow.
So, yeah. So I actually said to her that, what she was saying was definitely contradictory to what she's doing, because she feels that she's doing the right thing by helping those who don't have. But she won't help them move to a better area or anything. It's good for them to sleep on the street. It's fine. It's good for them to use the street as a toilet. It's good for them to do what they're doing. She feels better by on a Friday dropping off her last night's lasagna supper. That's the story.
So it would seem that there's sort of misguided goodness going on,
Yeah,
in an attempt from people living in wealthier areas to try and keep these people where they currently are.
yeah.
And
Because they
that's
don't
why
see
they
them.
seem to,
Yeah.
yeah,
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 that's exactly
yeah.
my argument earlier on. Imagine this whole block just goes and sits there outside Constantia village. It would take 48 hours. 48 hours and things would just be changed. So, because they don't want to see that. They feel it, they don't want to see it. But we do have a social problem. And these are human beings that are camping out here. I'm not saying good, bad, or sad, but I'm just saying this shouldn't be happening in our city. This is not the right thing. We should not be supporting it via food, water, candles, lights, firewood, anything. We should be actually, the government, the city council, city of Cape Town should be working hard and getting this moved and making this environment not an easy environment to live in.
So has anyone helped you? What about security companies? The city of Cape Town says their hands are tied.
Yeah,
Law enforcement is not helping you.
yeah.
Have security companies been of any assistance at
Yes,
all?
they have. I mean, there's some positive, communication between all of us. There's been cameras being put up. We have their support. We just need to get much more stronger on the security side. And one of my points have been the hotspot being Shell Garage. I have approached Mr. Maritz, the owner, and that I feel that there should be a station, a security station with lighting, because what's happening at the station, the people who work at the petrol station, they're not employed to make decisions. They're employed to do what they must be doing. If it's working the till or cleaning the toilets or cleaning the petrol station, they're not there to, but they are being involved with the vagrants, and that's a given. And I feel that there could be a security spot, but it has to be one of the stronger companies, and with a buy-in. And Mr. Maritz, his company does not come from this area, so it's in another zone. So we're working on it. But it would be. I've also even offered as a business that I would pay towards the rental or fees of having a station, a hotspot station, to manage and to look at what is actually happening in this area.
Elaine, if you had a message to give to these do-gooders who's handing out food, tents, as you said, sun umbrellas, spades, ladders, um, whatever, all these things that they've got, what would you want to say to these people?
I would say think twice and focus on the word of enabling. So it's the same that someone who's an alcoholic and every day you drop off a bottle of brandy with them. There's a different way of dealing with it. Go through the social networks, go through the council, pressurize council non-stop. about what is happening here. But do not feed, do not give them what they really want, and that is to really stay on the street and take over the area that they feel they can and live the way they like. That what will be my message. Think twice and work out how you should not be enabling, but look at another avenue of support. By pushing your counsellor, by talking to those in the know, by speaking to the police, or whatever it is that worries you. Maybe one should use it. If you see a small child sitting in the traffic lights crying and bleeding, are you just going to throw them a tissue? No, you're going to pick them up and sort something out.
Yeah. So what is something that people, could do instead? For example, are there not formal organizations that they can donate to? One wonders why these people haven't been moved to formal shelters. Why that hasn't happened.
Yeah.
What is stopping that from happening?
Yeah. What has been said in over the last period is that they really are not happy living in the shelters. Shelters life is a life of structure, organization, rules and regulations, respect of furniture, respect of the property. Here they can do exactly what they want. So there is a little bit of it's a hard call to say support structures and organizations. But I think the money will still not going out there. I still feel there needs to be some form of movement, and then they must make the decision.
Elaine, thanks very much for sharing your story with us. We have empathy for your situation.
Yeah.
And the fact that your business, unfortunately, is one of those that is suffering due to the unintended consequences of COVID-19. Thank you to everyone who's watched us live today. Join us next time for some more conversation that matters. And if you'd like to be a guest on the show, then please go ahead and email us at contact@blivemedia.com. And so for now, it's goodbye from us, and thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, hope that you are having a morning Cape Town. Good morning